In this video, I'll be sharing how I made this delicious stew. This stew is an all-rounder. You can use it for your white rice, jollof rice, for your porridge yam, any dish that requires stew. You can use this, my recipe for it. This particular stew, I used it to prepare jollof rice. Would you like to see it? I'll be leaving the link in the description box below. If you're a returning subscriber, keep being amazing. If you're new here, you're welcome. Let's get started. First off, let's prepare the protein we'll be using for this stew. I used chicken. I simply used hot water to wash first before adding cold water to finish up the washing process. Because believe it or not, what they did in the market is not washing. Once I'm done, I seasoned the meat with seasoning cubes, curry powder, thyme, garlic, ginger, onion, and some salt. Okay? I simply evenly distributed and started cooking without adding water. I cooked for 5 to 10 minutes before adding water. This is it. Add water to cook until the meat is tender. Once done, remove from heat. Separate the meat from the stock. Make sure you strain to remove any particles of onion or thyme in the stock. Set that aside. You can deep fry the meat or just grill, whichever one is your choice. So let's head to the ingredients for this stew. This is tomatoes. Your choice of tomatoes matters. This is ginger and 3 cloves of garlic. To the peppers, I used habanero pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, and red bell pepper. This is simply the atarodo, the tatashe, and the shombo. I combined all of them to make this recipe. I will simply cut the tomatoes into chunks. I intentionally do this to help my blender blades. Once this is done, it will give the blender blades less work. For the peppers, I will de-seed. Open up and remove the seed before cutting into chunks. The seed is always hard and bitter. Ta-da! It is done. The tomatoes, the peppers, I cut the ginger into chunks too. It is time to blend and this is it. Wow! Next is to cut your onion. You can cut, chop, or simply slice the onion. Next, heat up your pot. Add in some oil. If you fried your chicken, you can use the oil you used in frying to also fry your onion. Okay? Fry until the onion is ready. It will be translucent and float on top of the oil, just like so. Once this is done, it is ready. Put in your tomatoes, pepper, ginger, and garlic that was grounded. Stir and allow to cook on medium heat. Did you notice I'm using a wooden ladle? Next, fry your tinned tomato or canned tomato. Fry until it reduces in size and changes color. This is when it is done. Set that aside. Frying before adding to the mix will help to reduce the tartness in the canned tomatoes. You don't want a sour stew, do you? Next, we move to the tomatoes. You can see you can differentiate the tomato from the oil. With time, when the tomatoes start boiling, getting ready, the oil and the tomatoes separates. The oil will be on top. The tomatoes will reduce in size and changes color too. This is how to know that your stew is getting done. Once the color changes to as dark as you like it, it is time to add in your fried, tinned, or canned tomatoes that was earlier fried. Add in and give it a good stir to evenly distribute and mix very well. Right now, I'm spicing. You can add more curry, thyme, seasoning cubes, and salt to taste at this point. Give that a nice stir. Add in your stock at this point. Once you've added the stock, stir properly. Allow this to simmer. The consistency won't be light at this point. If you want it to be light, you can add water. Add in your choice of protein. I added fried and cooked chicken. Stir. If you want to add water, add it now. Allow to simmer and your stew is ready. This recipe can go for white rice, jollof rice, any recipe that calls for stew. This can go in. Look at that. Look at the color. It is popping. This is delicious too. Would you be making this recipe? Let me know in the comment section below. I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.